Hey guys, welcome to the number one combat sports podcast. I really want to get into Gane.
Yeah, Gane.
Fuck, he did so well. He dominated him.
So fucking relaxed.
Yeah, his
So
composure. Yeah.
He was hanging he was like dropping his left arm. He was letting that drop. He was bouncing on the spot. He was so loose.
Considering Rozenstruik had way more professional kickboxing experience,
Yeah.
Gane did so well. I keep saying Gane, but it's actually just Gane. Gane, like, I'm not gonna lie, even his wrestling looked good. It's nothing to the caliber of DC or anything like that, but his wrestling looked very, very good. He attempted a rear naked choke, a standing rear naked choke, and I was like, fucking hell, Jesus. He's so. I picked Gane to beat Rozenstruik, even though Rozenstruik has way more experience in the UFC as well. Considering Gane started MMA 3 years ago.
Really, Gane? Only 3 years ago.
Only 3 years ago. But yeah, I think he's so athletically gifted. He's only 30 now. I think Rozenstruik's 32 now as well. But Gane, he's got a couple more years of growth to start moving into this athletic prime physically. I want to make a bold claim, right? And because I've been rewatching his fights and noticing how fluid his movement is, how relaxed he is, how quickly he moves around for a heavyweight. Like, a lot of people are like, some people are like Tom Aspinall's very impressive, but Gane is more impressive. And I'm gonna make the claim that I don't know how long around Stipe is gonna hang around. Because if let's say Stipe beats Ngannou for the second time, they do the John Jones thing, and whatever happens with Jones and Stipe or whatever, right? I think Gane could be is championship caliber fighter. I think he could be a future heavyweight champion.
A contender, at least.
I think a champion.
Yeah.
I think a champion.
Well, just one thing that he was playing. Even though he was fast as fluid, he was kind of playing it safe against Rozenstruik because both men were each respecting each other's power.
Rozenstruik a little bit too much, though.
Yeah, and
he wasn't even engaging as much. He was just counter striking.
Yeah, and so there was a lot of just one punch, one kick throws and all that. There was no combinations, or at least lack of combinations being thrown. And there was quite a fair bit of wrestling against the cage. It was more of a just a point. They were trying to play in points. There's nothing wrong with like a little points game because considering this is a heavyweight and anything can happen, it just takes that one shot.
Yeah, I would say Gane was taking a little bit off his punches, but what I would say was the reason why this wasn't as explosive fight as a lot of people were expecting was you got to have a dancing partner. And although, I really like Rozenstruik's fighting style, he wasn't engaging as much. He wasn't moving forward. He was purely counter-striking. When did he ever move forward? And then after, he hardly even threw the jab. Gane was using that jab, like in the first couple of minutes of their fight in the first round. Gane cracks him with a beautiful jab.
Yeah.
And you could already see blood coming from the nose. It was impressive how well he used distance by popping that jab out. The best one, I think it wasn't a combination that he set up, but Rozenstruik doesn't set his punches up as much as Gane. Gane's thinking, he's moving, he stabs him in the body, then he goes down and kicks him to the leg, then he goes for an oblique kick, then he comes over the top. He's constantly doing stuff, whereas Rozenstruik was constantly going for this one left hook way too late. Gane would come in and pop back out, whereas Rozenstruik doesn't have that movement, so flat-footed. The one moment I really wanted to talk about was Gane landed a really good shot when you'll notice that Rozenstruik doesn't really change stances. Gane constantly changing stances. He's always going from orthodox to southpaw, and he started in southpaw. He faked with the jab fake, then he actually faked going with the cross. As he went for the cross, he stepped forward with his left leg, then used that momentum to push forward and push off that front leg to then land a beautiful right cross in the opposite switch stance. I feel like the best thing about him is probably distance control, not just connecting, but the best part was because heavyweight's rough.
Yeah.
Like you get hit with anyone in that division, most likely can put their lights out, right?
Yeah.
Certainly Rozenstruik, certainly Derek Lewis, certainly Francis Ngannou. But as soon as he felt a bit of pressure, back out, back it in, back out, back in. I just felt like his movement was the key to victory in this one. You know, he was intelligent. He didn't stand in bang with Rozenstruik. He'd come back out and he'd start picking him apart. He messed in put a little bit of grappling in as well. He had some good takedowns. Tried some good inside trips and things like that. Yeah, I thought it was impressive how he did it.
I think just the way that he, it wasn't really what he wasn't with the way the fight going. He wasn't really trying to put him away. They weren't trying to put each other. I don't think Gane came in with the idea of trying to put him away. I think he was just trying to outsmart him, show that he was superior in terms of striking, in terms of skills, and I think that's just how he was just looking to win that fight, considering he is now the new young upcoming contender. He's undefeated, and then I hear a lot of when we listen to our podcast with other fighters, they talk about when you're undefeated, there's a lot of pressure because there's that fear that you don't want to taste defeat for the first time.
It's certainly got its positives and negatives, because the positive of being undefeated, and I think Michael Bisping was talking about it off air, is that there's an aura of invincibility around you. It's not in everybody else feels that invincibility, that aura of invincibility, because you yourself project it. You already think, I'm undefeated. No one's beat me. No one ever will beat me. And there's that confidence with throwing these strikes. Like coming back to John Jones, I'm going to say undefeated. We're not going to count that funny loss on his record.
Correct.
But like when he opened up against his title fight against Shogun Rua, started off with a flying side kick, right? For someone to do that at that age and to be undefeated, that's unheard of. And the reason why I think he was able to throw that was, you yourself have a bit of an ego and think, look, I can't be beat. I can't be beat. And a lot of people also see that and are fearful of that. They're fearful of an undefeated fighter. There's an aura around them. Habib.
Yeah.
There's an aura around undefeated fighters that have got to championship, title contenders onwards. So, no, I think they're both really impressive, right?
Yeah.
This is not Rozenstruik over or anything like that. He lost to Francis Ngannou. It's not like he didn't lose to one of the greatest strikers in the heavyweight division with like almost limitless power, to be fair.
Yeah.
But Gane, I'm on the hype train. I'm on the hype train. It would be cool to have, and he spoke about it himself. They've now legalized mixed martial arts in France. So it'd be really cool if they can.
Well done, France.
Yes, well done, France. That took you time.
Took you long enough.
It would be cool if they could actually bring a UFC event to Paris or something because that's never been done before ever.
That would be nice.
So
I reckon it can happen, but I don't think it can happen this year.
No, I don't mean that.
Year.
I just mean in the future. He wanted to happen in 2021.
Yeah.
But most likely no.
No chance, because I'm pretty sure I have a couple of clients in the gym who are French. They're telling me there's a curfew at 6 p.m. still in play.
It's pretty rough.
Everyone's got to wear masks when they go out, so social distancing still in effect. I don't know what phase they're in of lockdown, but yeah, it's pretty bad.